Nightfall in the jungle. A different kind of war began. Gone was the searing heat. Gone were the distant battles fought in the haze. Now the darkness itself was the enemy. It pressed in, thick and suffocating, a living, breathing thing. Each patrol was a descent into the abyss, every step forward a gamble, every rustle of leaves a potential threat. This was Vietnam, this was night patrol. The Viet Cong owned the night. They moved like phantoms through the jungle, masters of their domain. The daytime, with its American firepower, belonged to the US. But when the sun dipped below the horizon, the advantage shifted. Night patrols became essential. A way to disrupt enemy movement, a way to gather intel, a way to fight fear with fear. Imagine a darkness so complete it felt like a physical weight. That was the jungle at night. The moon, if visible, offered only slivers of light. Each man relied on his senses, the smell of damp earth and rotting vegetation, the feel of the humid air heavy on the skin, the ground uneven and treacherous, every step a calculation, a negotiation with the unknown. The jungle was never silent. Insects buzzed, animals scurried, yet there was a different kind of silence the soldiers learned to fear. The silence of absence, the silence that settled after a twig snapped. The silence that meant the enemy was listening, watching, waiting. In that silence, every heartbeat echoed like a drum. The Viet Cong were creatures of the night. They knew the jungle's secrets. Tunnels and hidden pathways, invisible to the untrained eye, were their highways. They were masters of camouflage, melting into the shadows. Booby traps, expertly concealed, awaited the unwary. For the American soldier, the jungle was a labyrinth. For the Viet Cong, it was home. Silence was golden. Every word spoken was a risk. Hand signals, practiced until they were second nature, replaced verbal commands. The men moved in single file, each man alert to the man in front and behind. They walked lightly, careful not to disturb the undergrowth. They were a phantom unit, their presence betrayed only by the faintest of sounds. Section 7. The unseen enemy, booby traps and tripwires. The jungle was a minefield. Punji sticks smeared with feces and poison lay hidden beneath leaves. Tripwires, almost invisible to the eye, were strung across paths. Every step could be a soldier's last. The fear was constant, a knot in the pit of the stomach. Trusting your instincts and the man in front of you could mean the difference between life and death. Section 8. Steel nerves and quick reflexes. The ambush. An ambush was always sudden, always brutal. One moment, silence. The next, a cacophony of gunfire and screams. The enemy, unseen, firing from the darkness. The jungle erupted in a deadly ballet of traces and explosions. Every instinct screamed for the soldiers to run, to find cover. But training took over. Find the enemy, return fire, survive. Section 9. The long night's end. A return to uncertain safety. Dawn, a sliver of light on the horizon. The signal for the patrol to return. Every man counted, some carried. The relief of survival, tempered by the knowledge that they would do it all again the next night. Back at the base, a fragile sense of normalcy returned, but the jungle held on, the darkness lingered. Section 10. Scars of darkness, the enduring legacy of night patrols. Not all men came back from the darkness. Some died quickly, others slowly, their minds and bodies broken by the jungle. For those who survived, the memories remained, the fear, the camaraderie, the guilt. They carried the weight of their experiences, unseen scars etched deep within. The jungle might have been thousands of miles away, but it never truly let go.